Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here, and I'm really happy to be here. Some challenges yesterday with the flight made me a bit, challenging to be here today. So, okay, that's a good signal. Today I have a challenge too, that it is the timing in here, so I need to go a bit faster. I really want to provide you a very visual and a very hands-on experience into what we have developed in Infinity. Last week, I was in Los Angeles. We had at the PMI, we had our global summit. And the global summit is a moment in the year. There were over 5,000 people there. Yes, and we share there all the innovations that we do at the PMI, all the new trends. We have a lot of debates there, and it was great to present there Infinity 2.0 that I'm going to present here to you. Because of the functionalities we have been working in there, I think they could be very useful for project managers. And as he has already told about me, I'm also a project manager, and I find them very useful. Okay, for those of you who don't know what is PMI, PMI is a global authority in project management, and we produce and we create different resources for project managers. I want a question now raising hands. How many of you have one of the PMI certifications? Okay, and how many of you are members of the PMI chapter here in Vilnius? Okay, so as you see, we have a lot of resources and a lot of community-related events in order to share about project management. Okay, before talking about PMI Infinity, I want to lay the floor in order for us to understand which is the strategy for PMI about AI. This is what we call the PMI by AI strategy. This strategy gathers a lot of trainings. I don't know you have had the time to have a look at them. You can see a QR code there. I'm going to put that QR code in most all of the slides so that you can click it and go to all the portfolio that we have, because some of these trainings are for free. Okay, the first one that it was the AI, generative AI for project managers, in 2 months had over 100,000 users registered there. So this is a signal that AI is something really relevant for project managers. I will feel curious about that. Okay, another of these PMI by AI initiative are all these standards that we are already developing, and also thought leadership. These articles are for free, and they are more into what is AI for a business perspective. And then the community. I will never stop talking about the community and all the things that we can learn here. Okay, now let's talk about PMI Infinity. Okay, before entering into PMI Infinity, I want to show you the ecosystem that surrounds PMI Infinity. Okay, as you can see here, in the center of it, it is the project manager, the project professional. On your left there in the screen, you can see the knowledge base. The knowledge base is something very important for us because it's the source where PMI Infinity is being fed, okay? The knowledge management is here. This knowledge management comes from our community, from the academia, it comes from all the resources that we have already produced. So we have the sources here, we have Infinity here, and now we are creating what you see on the right, all these functionalities around that, okay? These functionalities I'm going to demo case to you. Only 2 data here that I want to show you in order for you to see which have been our challenges that I would like to summarize at the end of this talk. Just in September 2022, we developed Infinity 2.0 with all the functionalities that I will show to you. And it was in January 2024 that we developed Infinity 2.1. So you can see that this has been a race against time, and with a lot of challenges that I will go through later on, okay? These were the main functionalities of Infinity 1.0. I will showcase them to you, don't want to go one by one now, and all these are the new functionalities that we are going to see now in the next video. Okay, I'm going to click here. I have recorded this video. All these functionalities are already in PMI.org. If you are a member of PMI, all this is for free. And if you are not PMI member, you can be a free member for 1 month. No need to leave your credit card there, and you can benefit from all this, okay? I'm going to demo case all of them. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's my recording. Okay, if you go there at pmi.org to the resources side, okay, you click on there and you are going to see the PMI Infinity AI tool and also the digital community. If you click in there, PMI Infinity, you are going to be taken to this page. And here you can enter here to all the functionalities if you are a member, but if you scroll it down a bit, you can try Infinity for free. As I have told you, you can try all the functionalities that I'm going to show you, and I think you are going to find very useful on a project manager side. Okay, another important thing, as I've told you, is the digital community. I always want to talk about this. You go there on the right, on the top, join conversations about artificial intelligence. We have seen a great evolution in the conversations that we have here. At the beginning, we had questions like, is there anything in AI for me? And now questions are much more in-depth because we have the feeling that we are all on the same boat and we can solve many questions in here. Now let's go to PMI Infinity. When we go there, on the left side, you are going to see on the top part, the chat, okay? The chat is something that maybe you have already tried in PMI, and then you are going to write something here. I'm going to start explaining to you the different functionalities that we have uploaded here. If I write, what are the main concerns with risk management? Okay, I upload that, and you think, okay, this is more like a GPT thing. There are many different things I will tell you later on. You're going to have here the whole explanation. Okay, this explanation could be different each time. This is AI-powered answer, and you're going to have there something that is very important for us, the sources, where we cite the sources, and also the related prompts. Okay, PMI always suggests some related prompts like what specific measures can be taken to enhance cybersecurity, resilience in risk management, or how can companies improve working conditions to mitigate risk associated with employee productivity and project outcomes, okay? These questions serve us to dig in the topic, but there on the middle of the screen, as we will see now, you can see a link that says risk report template, okay? The fact that we can download templates now in Infinity is one of our enhancements. You go there and you go to this kind of templates. We have around 20 templates by now, templates that you can download and you can just fill it in your computer. You can share, you can download, or even provide the feedback to the template itself, okay? So downloading the documents, downloading templates, is one of the features that we have introduced in Infinity. Now we are going to be still there in the chat, okay, there on the top in the chat, but you are going to see this clicking here, okay? This is a very small icon, but very powerful, okay? Imagine that you have a document, any kind of document, as long as it is in PDF or a Word document. This one is a very tough one. This is the summary of a council's meeting. Okay, there are many resolutions that have been taken here. Okay, that's an example of any kind of project that you can upload, any kind of meetings that you can upload. Okay, as you can see, this is a quite dense document. Okay, and you can upload the document and also upload some questions to the document. You upload that and say who was at the meeting and what were the roles or what motions were voted on, okay? And then you send that to Infinity, and Infinity is going to read through the document and it's going to give you the answers to these questions. Let's go through that. Okay, there you are going to have there the attendees and the roles. This is something that we have asked. Okay, and also some motions voted on, something that we have also asked. If we go down, we are going to see that we had a third question that was actions items decided. Okay, you can also ask for that, but you have also related questions like what responsibilities does the borough solicitor have in meeting? I mean, it also suggests you some questions. Now we are going to the left to the tools, okay? So by now we have the chance to download templates, and the chance to upload documents in Word or in PDF so that we make questions. Now we're going to the tools, and we are to create a project charter. By now, we only have the project charter, but the rest ones are going to be along this month, okay? So project charter is going to tell you here 5 different sections that we consider experts, SMEs have considered should have a project charter. We go to the first one, is the general project information. And here you have 2 pieces of information, that is the summary and the project description, that are compulsory. Without them, you cannot create the project charter. We write them like building an eco-friendly building, an environmentally friendly office building, okay? And some more content. Okay, but only these 2 pieces of information are here because maybe we don't know more about the project, or because we want the system, we want Infinity to give us some clues about this project. We go to the next stage, and it's scope and budget. We don't have that information, so we don't want to write it down, or maybe it's too personal and we don't want to upload it. Okay, so let's move to the next screen. We go to the next one, and in this one, okay, now we go to the timeline and the milestones. Okay, maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Now I'm not going to write anything at all because I want you to see how the AI is going to create a project charter. And the next one is the risk and some risk and issues, sorry, and then the communications. Okay, you might want to put the kind of communication for every stakeholder. Okay, but I don't have the information. So I'm going to submit this, and the system is going to ask me, do you really want to submit this? You cannot modify it. Yes, I want to submit. And over there, in the middle, you say, download this document now, as it will not be saved for you to find later. We never save any information that you are going to be producing in Infinity, okay? So you click on there on the project charter document, and the project charter is going to appear here. Okay, this is like magic. I really like this one because it gives you a lot of ideas about the different phases, the different stakeholders, the different kind of risks, even sometimes budget issues and lessons learned. What Infinity is doing is reading from our knowledge base, and is gathering information about this kind of projects. Okay, so it's giving this to you. This is a Word document, you download it and you can modify it. If you have young people in your team, they can start doing this so that they can learn the different parts of a project. Or if you want to have more ideas because you have already developed one project charter, you can do that, okay, and see, okay, what Infinity is telling me. Am I forgetting one of these stakeholders? Let's move now to the guided learnings, okay? As you have seen here, we have some guided learnings that have some logos on them, so these are the ones that we have developed with third-party vendors. Okay, this is a completely different experience than the ones we have already seen. Cognilytica, you see that one, PMI has just bought Cognilytica, and GPM you have said, and you have referred to them, so I will talk with them later on today, okay? These ones, okay, the ESG report for project managers, and then you're going to see, sorry, this one that says a coach, okay? This is a completely different experience that I want to show you and explain you later on. Let's go to that guided experience, okay? This is about regulation and how to incorporate EU sustainability regulations into our projects. You are going to click on there. This is very friendly. This is to write about everyday actions and things and ideas. So it's going to talk to you and it's going to tell you this is co-created by Green Project Management and Project Management Institute. This guided experience takes you on a quest to navigate and incorporate the requirements of the CSRD and CSDDD into your project management, okay? You can read through that and it's going to ask you many things. First of all, are you ready to begin? And then you will write yes, and you will write yes, I'm ready to begin, and then the experience is starting, and it's starting. Excellent. Let's get started with your learning journey on SSG reporting for project managers. It's going to tell you the learning outcomes and the navigation tips, and then you can start the whole experience learning about that. We like to call them like small masters. I mean, they are like no very long experience, no longer than 15, 20 minutes that you can learn about everything, okay? We are thinking about including in here experiences about concept, agile concepts, how to create, for example, how to have a daily, things like that, because they are very practical. Let's go to the project schedule plan coach, okay? And now I'm going to make you just think about a different scenario. Okay, some of you have told me that you are project managers, PMPs, certified people, but you might have also other kind of certifications. And you know that when you are getting a certification, it is quite tough, you know, it's a quite lonely process because you are in front of the computer and you need to be there long hours, okay? So imagine that while you are learning the project schedule plan, this is a concept for project managers, a kind of signal, a kind of icon or pop-up appears there to you and tells you, do you want to learn this concept in a simple way, or do you want to learn about this concept, how other project managers are dealing with this, or do you want to be challenged about that? So imagine you are learning, you see this signal, and there you are going to see there like 5 different gamified things, AI-powered gamified things like this concept in a simple way, insights from other project managers, give me a challenge, bring this topic to life, or let us practice skills, okay? We are going to the insights from other project managers, so that you can see how it works. It's more of a guided experience, but it's different because it's going to be understood in the context of a training, okay? Only if a training. We are thinking about implementing Infinity into all our trainings, okay, in our portfolio. So discover the key lessons learned and challenges faced by other project managers, okay? So are you ready for this challenge? Okay, and you say yes. And now you tell me your sector. This is very important for us that all these guided experience related to your training are tailored especially for you. Okay, so this person is saying, okay, I'm in the pharma sector, so I want all examples being about the pharma. Okay, we tell the pharma to the system. And now it's telling me, you will be presented with the experience of a project manager who faced challenges with the project schedule plan in your industry. This project manager wants to share the insights with you. Are you ready for that? Yes. And this is an invented project manager. It's not a real project manager, but this is an AI-generated project manager. All the information, your experience with this is going to be changing every day you enter into the courses, okay? And this project manager is to tell him, my name is Alex, I work in the solutions pharma, I don't know, it's a pharma industry. So the project title, the project description, and it's going to tell you, please read carefully this information, and do you want me to share with you my lessons learned about that? Okay, this is a learning resource, okay? So you can come in here, and when you say yes, it's going to present you there 3 different challenges, okay? The first one, okay, is telling you trial delays. Maybe if you are in the pharma sector, you are going to feel identified with some of these challenges and you can really remember about them. Maybe you might have other challenges, but also it's telling you which was the solution provided by this project manager in the pharma sector. Sometimes they also include some tools, some other kind of resources in order to help the student, okay? So these are the functionalities that I wanted to show you inside PMI Infinity, okay? So let's summarize then and tell me which ones do you remember? Do you remember in the chat box, which 2 things can we do there? Do you remember? Yeah? Okay, uploading documents and downloading templates, okay? That's in the tools side. In the chat side. What about in the tools? It was very interesting, this one. What can you do there? Yeah, you can create different documents, okay, uploading just minimum information, maximum output, okay, that's very helpful. And then if you want to see on a more friendly way about everyday topics, you can go to the guided experiences. And if you are going to take one of our trainings, hopefully we have this integrated in a couple of months, okay? So, I have just a couple of minutes to explain you which have been our lessons learned. I think that you might be guessing some of them. Oh yeah, agile approach. Okay, maybe for you this is something quite obvious, but at PMI it was not. Okay, we are now 17 agile teams developing products, and it has been really a tough process. But it has been the only way to develop this in just 6 months. Okay, we were developing the product while defining the functionalities, while working with UX to understand the flow of the user. So everything was done at the same time, and we have been also working cross-functional. Okay, we have never worked like that. We have data scientists, product managers, project managers, product owners. Wow, that is a mess. Okay, and also marketing, a UX team. The agile approach has been really important. Okay, constraints. Okay, the first constraint, as you can see here, has been the time. Okay, we didn't have time to develop everything unless we try this new way of working. Okay, with so many people working in the same things, okay, this has been a challenge. Another important challenge that we had was the information. I mean, one of my colleagues has said before something related about information being, you know, in all the company. This is the information, the sources that we had in PMI. It was in every different department. It was stored in a different way with different formats. So it has been a kind of cross, not department, but cross businesses, okay, just sharing where the information was so that we could tag it properly in order to retrieve that with minimum of confidence, okay? So we have achieved also that. Another one has been an early tech choices, okay? As you can see, we have been taking technical decisions, or we have been developing the product, everything at the same time. Now Infinity, we have, is an instance of ChatGPT-O. Being Omni means that we are going to have more specific answers, okay, and also we can go deeper into the conversation that we have with Infinity. Okay, our servers are in Azure, in Microsoft Azure, that you know has a strong link with GPT, with OpenAI GPT. So it has been for us something very important, because for us it was paramount not to give the information that was provided in Infinity either to ChatGPT or to OpenAI, sorry, or even to ourselves to train our LLM. We don't use that information. That information is not stored in any place in PMI. We have also, since the very beginning, we realized that we needed to train the LLM, and we needed to train that in a very, you know, intensive way with all the content that we were providing. So we developed a RAG framework, a retrieval augmented generation framework, which helped us in doing that. And then improvements and testing. We have been testing the tool, the outcomes in every single way, but we have been doing that in a very manual way. Now we are implementing a RAGAS system, which means a retrieval augmented generation agents system, okay? The first ones didn't work, but now they are working now, okay? So this is everything that I had to tell you about PMI Infinity. I hope that you find in these resources interesting resources for you as a project manager, and I'm here to listen to you. If you have more ideas or things that we should do at PMI, please come to me and tell me. I will be around. Thank you very much.
Claudia, thank you so much. And as I understood, Infinity will save plenty of time to project managers, right? Then we're gonna have another problem. What they gonna do on their free time?
Okay, yeah, about saving a lot of time, yes, I can tell you, yes, that when we were showcasing this in the summit, there were people who telling us, they were all project managers, and they were telling us, this is life-changing. Okay, that sentence is still in my mind, because I thought, wow, we're creating something, you know, that is saving you a lot of time. Okay, but we know that artificial intelligence can help you automating things, but I can help you, as my colleagues have said, augmenting your knowledge. Okay, this is what we want Infinity to do, you augment your knowledge.
I saw a couple of questions online, and one question was about the discounts for Infinity.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Will you talk about that?
Yeah.
Because they are project managers, they of course always negotiate about the right price.
Yeah, okay. The Infinity is a free member product. If you're a PMI member, you are going to have access to PMI Infinity. If you're not a PMI member, you can try it now for free during 1 month. And as I have told you, no data is required on your site, just check it, and if you like it, you can become a member, because this is a member benefit. Members are one of the greatest assets of PMI, so this is for them.
People want some battle, PMI Infinity versus ChatGPT.
Yeah, okay.
What is the advantage?
Yeah, okay. I think that you have seen already some of the strengths that I have said about PMI Infinity and what differentiates us from ChatGPT. Okay, we don't want to start talking about the differences in between which is faster, not faster. You know, PMI is not a tech company, even though we have over 100 people already developing Infinity. Okay, but we are very compliant with the rights of the people writing there, because we take care of the people in that sense, because we don't need that data to make a business, okay? And especially because we are creating around what could be a ChatGPT, we are creating a set of different tools that are targeted to project managers. This is the great difference.
What is planned in the next releases of PMI Infinity?
Okay, what I have shown you here, it was like a proof of concept, but surprisingly, as a proof of concept normally have some defects or problems, it didn't have any, because we really have worked hard for the summit. The next is keep on creating more guided learnings, keep on creating more tools and more resources, okay, because we are learning from the community. We like saying that this is a community-generated tool because we listen to what the community is telling us. What could be the next step? We are now, this is a B2C product, business to consumer, and we are now checking and talking with different companies how we could make this a business-to-business product.
And the question about the confidential information. So you already explained that you're not going to store any data, but will it be used for further Infinity learning or sharing anywhere? Project have confidential information. Shall we consider not to use it on tool? Also, is the data stored in GDPR compliance service in Europe?
Okay, yes, we are compliant with all legislation. I mean, it took us a while, you know, to be compliant with legislation, especially with the European one. We, as I have told you, we do not store anything, and maybe you are going to ask me, so how do you train your LLM? Okay, well, we take into account all the different topics that people are writing about. The topics are guiding us to produce the next features, but not the content of what anyone is saying, okay?
And last question, what do you think about the lunch? I think it's all about the time.
Yeah, probably all of us, we want to go to lunch. So yeah, let's go to lunch. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's share a round of applause to Claudia.